Go ahead, boys.
Oh, I am excited for this, Garrett. What is up, dude? This is going to be a good one. Well, hopefully it's a close one like I had kind of predicted. But I believe, if I'm reading the bracket correctly, and I believe this happens tomorrow, but I believe the winner of this game is going to be playing against Optic. So whoever wins this here is going against Optic Gaming, I believe, tomorrow. We'll obviously have coverage throughout the losers bracket here after this, guys. Don't worry about that. But this is going to be a good matchup to kind of start off here. I did not like the hold in of oddball inside of pipes. I just think I get so claustrophobic, especially as a mouse and keyboard player. But dude, SSG in that last match had such a good hold, shooting from turbine into attic. It was just so cool to see, and I hope we can see that same thing out of G2.
Camouflage straight onto Sav's body, and he has a sword to work with, and it looks like they're gonna opt to go for this pipes hold, as he's gonna get behind one, find the kill. And like I said, it is claustrophobic in there, like you said, but it has its potential. You can absolutely lock down lanes by keeping the pipes hold. Problem is, I think they're getting a lot of kills right now, but not a lot of ball time.
Yeah, you got to capitalize on that ball time, and you see on your screen is Sab, another great player, veteran player, knows how to, he's got the sword in his hand. Can he make a push on bottom control here? He has a player in front of him trying to stay alive as best he can. I like this annoyance right now, just being annoying, playing his life as best as possible, and he's going to stay alive on top of that. That was a great play.
Well, yeah, staying alive is what's so important. Honestly, it's one of the lost arts in Halo. Halo 5 was such a fast-paced game that you could really afford to throw away your life sometimes, as long as you got a momentum swing because of it. This game, your life is so important. And here we go, Sab doing everything, taking everyone's life. Now he has the ball and the sword, and he has in a prime spot to be able to use both. Guys, remember, the ball, you're able to hit faster with it. So when you're in those double melee fights, you will normally win those fights with the ball. But here we go, two pushing forward, the sword's out once again, and he's looking for some meat to slay.
Yeah, he's got one, gets the second, double kill for Sab. Another one pushes onto Turbine. He's going to be one shot from that nade. But this is where I like to hold the ball personally. I like to hold it on elevator. You can really kind of dance around those two levels on elevator. Like if they're pushing lower, you can get up top, and you can kind of have a strong defense on the top side. But I like holding it elevator. It looks like they're going to keep it there for a little while. Some shots go into attic, and he's just going to continue to get ball time here. 24 seconds to 20.
The quick rotation, straight. Oh my God, the rotation into getting two to the back. He's able to find one and able to push the other player forward. Love that rotation, but the problem is Brainstorm able to get away with the camo and Mangler. And like we said, it's about the sandbox, and he has all that the sandbox can offer right here as he's doing his best to stay alive. Camo, not much left on it, but he's able to find one on Gilkey, and he's able to hold them off the ball for now.
Yeah, he played those little boxes when he was in camo. The boxes moved when he stepped on them. That's kind of a interesting thing. Like, those objects on the map that, you can move around just by walking on them. It'd be interesting to see if he got caught out because he was on the boxes. The ball is staying there. You see, Repulsor is not going to get picked up because he does have the grapple. He's going to continue to rotate this ball with the Mangler. Gets the one shot melee. That's going to be a killing spree for Brainstorm. I've never seen this man play, to be completely honest, but he is popping off.
Yeah, Brainstorm, an extremely talented player, and he's showing why he got picked up onto this roster, finding kill after kill. And really, this is where you find the wins. You find it in the aggregate. You try to see what other teams are missing out on, and what Brainstorm is noticing is, hey, people really haven't exploited the sandbox enough yet. I'm going to pick up what I need to do in order to give myself the biggest advantage possible. Able to get two down with the Mangler. Not able to find the third shot to the head. The Mangler, a 3-shot kill if you're able to hit every single shot and land a headshot after the shields break. Instead, he goes down, and Sab and G2 get themselves back on this ball and tie this game up.
Looks like they're going to rotate over to Turbine. That's another spot to hold. Maybe rotating back towards elevator, but regardless, Turbine's another great spot due to the fact that you got the sword spawn there, but you can also play the ball. Sword does come up. Shots from straight sick, of course, gonna land. Staying alive here on the C platform. He's gonna be pushing on this control side, but doing a lot of defense for his teammate who's got the ball. They're approaching this 50-second mark, doing a great job of getting ball time here.
Yeah, what I love is that they're holding it over towards C, and why the C hold is so important is because even if you lose these gunfights, your teammates start dying, all you have to do is play that ball off the map, and all of a sudden you're spawning over back by yellow and pipes. And guess what spawns over at yellow and pipes active? It's the oddball. You die, you give up the ball, well guess what? You can just rotate back and get right back on it. The only problem is if you die and you don't get that oddball off the map, that's when you can start to run into some problems, because you just give your other team a full hold to listen to hold on to.
Right, and they're approaching 70 seconds because of that. Brainstorm's going to be put down to 1 shot. Does a great job of staying alive here. He's got some support from his teammate. Some shots onto Attic, a player you need to get out of that situation, right? Attic's such a strong position on this map. Oh, the repulsor play for defense. Great job by Brainstorm. He's going to stay alive. It's going to be a 3v3 situation.
I hope that maybe later into the game cycle of Halo 5, we can add maybe some custom sound effects to our repulsors. I'd love for my repulsor just to go every time I hit someone, man. That thing is way too much fun to use, and I can't count the amount of times I've already bopped someone off C spiral to send them off the map and to send them back into that 8-second respawn screen. We see the push coming in. Straight Stick able to win his fight. He's been doing it for what feels like over a decade at this point, and really this is his first chance that we've really seen Straight Stick have to only focus on Halo. He's a player who's always had a full-time job or is doing this on the side and trying to grind out his best. Now he's a full salary player with G2. All he has to do is focus on Halo Infinite, and I want to see his potential unleashed because of it.
And a shout out to these organizations, for jumping in on Halo early. You see 100 Thieves trying to jump in too. I mean, it's a great opportunity for them and a great opportunity for the players, like you had mentioned. Really proud of the Halo players that have stuck out all these years. It's going to be 2 dead momentarily for G2, but honestly, I mean, they've got 42 seconds on the clock, but G2 is really coming away with this with 74 so far. Arctic playing a really big power position, like I had mentioned before, on the top attic.
Arctic gonna be looking for some angles to take. Now he's gonna get the oddball right off, but I'd probably throw it in there, try to stay alive and potentially get that grapple away. The movement that grapple gives you is so valuable to the team. He was able to throw it up to Sab. He tried to get the second half done, but he's not able to do so. So what we're gonna see is a quick rotation to C long, because they gave up Turbine, and it looks like Gilkey's gonna be the one that tried to finish off this rotation. He's trying to stay alive. Unfortunately, they're losing their spots. Straight Stick's gonna come behind, finish the trade out on Eli Elite, but he has to win another. And can he win this one? No, he cannot. So close. But when you're down in shots on a fight, it makes it so tough. But only 16 seconds left on the oddball, right? When you pick up the oddball, the clock stops ticking. So you have plenty of time to get this done if you are this SEAL Team 6. The problem is all it takes is a couple seconds of you dropping that oddball, and a round of slaves going to G2 for this game to turn on its head.
Such a good point. That being that, and then also the 2 rounds, there's been so many changes to oddball, and honestly, after watching competitive Halo for the past couple weeks, I like the changes. I'm going to change my mind. I didn't like them at first. I do like them a lot now. Great kill out of Bohm. He's going to get a kill onto Sab and stay alive as well. Holding this attic really strongly. A Straight Stick is going to go down as well. And the ball is in play. It might have reset, though. It looks like that's going to be it because of the timer. You had just mentioned that.
You cannot let the ball go, and that's just a mistake from the side of Eli Elite and Bohm X. They were getting kills. They had the position, but they threw the ball out in a spot where they just could not recover, and it ends up costing them the game. Guys, unfortunately, we are going to lose our screen for a little bit. This is just a glitch with the observer mode in oddball. We'll try to do our best to keep on the teams, but we aren't going to really be able to see who we're on board with. So please just stay with us. We know that this game, it's a live updated game. It's going to have changes that are made week by week. This observer mode is going to look absolutely fantastic in a couple months. Just give it a little bit of time. In the meantime, let's see who takes the second round of oddball.
Now I'm going to tell you who it is right now. Oh, it's Bohm. Okay, I was going to say by his PR shots, but Bohm goes down. The camo in the hands of this player. It's going to be a player, I believe, on G2, maybe.
The camo really
no, actually, yeah, right. You can't even see. The ball going to be in the hands of G2, I believe. Shots come in, grapple. Finally picking up the grapple here. He's going to be able to use it to get up. Not going to aim it high enough there, so he's going to miss the clamber, and he's going to end up going down.
Ball time in the hands of G2 at the moment, and once again they're opting for the A-B hold, where they can try to rotate this through back to yellow pipes if needed. They have the A hold on the stronghold up here. You're able to isolate angles into turbine and prevent players from tower from getting into the fight. The only thing that makes this hold much better is if you have a sword player in position. Unfortunately, they do not have the sword at the moment, but they're going to try to do a quick rotation through tower. And unfortunately, the kill's not going to be going into G2's favor as they're quickly trying to get this to C and into the play spot.
26-0 so far with 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. 343, what's up? Of course, you know that timer does play a factor here. Shout out to 343.
If you don't know, guys, go follow them on Twitter. 343 Industries, absolutely great company. We love to work with them, guys. If you don't know, little small startup out of Seattle. Really shout out to those guys. They definitely need it as we're seeing the ball time taking over to G2.
Almost gets the Mangler kill, but honestly, a big shout out to 343, man. They proved everyone wrong. This game is incredible. It does need a little bit of work, but it is in beta phase at the moment. Just a great job. I think everyone and their mother is having fun playing this game right now. 37 seconds and rising. A little bit of a rotation coming through, and it looks like they're going to make it all the way through the long haul. Doing a good job of staying alive, but this push has to come through and break this at some point here. This timer, they're continuing to get this time, and it's being uncontested.
I love this rotation from G2, right? If you think about it, this ball originally an A stronghold, rotated all the way to C, gets to long, and now is up in top heaven where they're just holding on to this ball as long as possible. They've really milked the ever-living hell out of this ball. If you think about it, they've probably gotten an extra 30-40 seconds of ball time because the quick thinking and rotations made by the team. Finally, SEAL Team 6 is able to get in there and start getting some of their own time as Gilkey gives his unsuspecting back to this player as they're trying to get themselves closer to that oddball. The problem is in such an exposed spot, you're gonna have to give up a lot to get to it.
Yeah, they might just let it reset. I agree. It's definitely up and attic. There's some shots that come through here. The Mangler, Ardic's gonna go down. Like we had mentioned before, a grinder. That kid is just so dedicated to his stream and also to the grind. I'm so excited for him to have this opportunity. Unfortunately, that player we're watching is going to go down as well. A great push by G2. The assist comes through. Boom, going to get that kill. Gilkey going to get a kill onto Eli Elite. Lots of kills coming through. I'm not exactly sure. I think there's maybe 2 up for each team, but that ball is going to stay there until some more slays come in.
Camo coming up soon. We see players from G2 are on top of it. I want to see who got the camouflage away. They should be on those C stairs. Oh, I believe it was Gilkey, but he might have died just recently. So I think Gilkey got the camo and died at C stairs, unfortunately. So that camo not going to be playing an impact. Oh, finally, someone's going to use the disruptor pistol. I love this pistol because it reminds me of how the noob combo worked in Halo 5. It's a gun that you spam up close, you break some shields, and it can be particularly devastating if you're able to wrap around a corner. You see 2 players that are just standing right on top of each other. You hit them with a couple disruptor rounds, it'll break both their shields and make them easy headshots for a BR.
That's definitely true. That's the big thing with the lightning arcs in this game. The lightning weapons is the fact that it can arc from player to player. And if you have, a couple players grouped up, that's a lot of damage being done. Those lightning grenades doing the same thing. Those things are disgusting, honestly. But hey, look, 50 seconds, Garrett. We're approaching a little bit. They're getting closer here. They've only got 2 minutes remaining, but doing a really good job of scrapping time.
They're trying to find this player that's hiding underneath yellow base. I'm not sure if they're able to find him. I think that player might have rotated out towards heaven. That's exactly where it is. Gilkey's gonna die, and it comes back to these yellow pipes hold. It is devastating when you lose the setup, but if you can hold it, it is by far the best spot on the map to hold the ball. Unfortunately, right when we talk about potentially losing the setup, that's exactly what happens. They come through with the Mangler. They're able to get a one shot, 1 kill, and that is going to make all the difference as they're starting to expand their lead once again. Over 20 seconds of lead time now, and if they can get this back over to C long, which was the rotation we're seeing right now, they're going to be able to really run away with this game. And that's exactly what happens. That player was made 1 shot. They get the rotation all the way through. They're going to get that to back C, and now all of a sudden, hey, if they die, they just throw it off the map. Oh, died before he can get there.
Ball down bottom pipes. Yeah, ball goes down bottom pipes. They're rotating really well. Unfortunately, Sab gonna play a little slow there. But looks like the ball gets back in the hands of SEAL Team 6, and the shock rifle in this player's hands. You hear the calls that there's players inside of the long hole. The perfect with a shock rifle. Ball's going to go up top of Turbine. They only need 10 more seconds here. They've got one more push. That is SEAL Team 6 if they want to stop this game.
Ball carrier kill.
Not quite able to find that kill. Only 6 more seconds. We see Slays coming in the hands of G2. That ball's played though. And now the question is who's in position. I believe it's G2 that has the yellow position already. They're going to drop and get on ball right away. And that's just, I believe it was even SEAL Team 6 that played that ball. And honestly, if you don't have the position, you don't want to play, right? Because you have to be aware of what the spawns are and what's coming next. And what came next was the defeat because you didn't have the spawns in check. SEAL Team 6 tried their best. G2 proving to be a little bit too much at this time.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. There were 2 SEAL Team 6 members there. They didn't need to play the ball, and they played it right into G2's hands, who spawned across from the ball as normal in Halo. And that's it. That's the game. Let's look at the KD here. We weren't able to see it during the game, but we got, looks like a nice little 24 in 24 on a suppressed. No one really clearly popping off. Maybe Sab 27 and 22, a 7.7 KDA. I like the KDA stat line, Garrett. I like seeing the assists. I think that's a big part of the game. That's my favorite. It's my favorite to kind of put the map together. Kills, deaths, and assists, just to kind of make up a whole number. I like that. And some good damage out of both teams, but Arctic with 7,458.
See, I'm trying to see, yeah, the damage from Arctic is absolutely insane. And, when you talk about your foundation being made from Straight Stick and Gilkey, but then you have your grinders, your young guns coming in and top fragging. That's exactly what you want to see from this roster. The more that you can take off the shoulders of Straight Stick and Gilkey, the more successful this team's gonna be. And really, I'm just excited to see what they're able to do in the future, because we know this is a team that's gonna really count on their macro, their teamwork to get the work done. But if they're able just to be gross and slay out and just be themselves, this is a roster that does have legs. To me, really the dark horse rosters of the new partner teams.
Yeah, and I agree. I'm so glad they gave the opportunity to Arctic. I've watched him stream multiple times. He's such a good player, such an intelligent player, but most importantly, a grinder. The guy just doesn't stop. He doesn't stop playing, doesn't stop streaming. He's just a hardworking player. And the same thing with Straight Stick, giving these guys the opportunity. They're showing it here that they deserve this opportunity, and it's great to see that perfect again. I can't even do that on mouse and keyboard, Garrett. Look at that shot, man. It is so difficult. You've got to hit the entire arc on the player, and then also it's hard to see in the observer mode, but then also hit the headshot with the arc too. The shock rifle, like you said, dude, it's going to be an insane weapon once people really learn it.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. And there's going to be. Well, wait, is this the only map that we have a shock rifle on? I think it is, right? So, unfortunately, we don't have some maps where, in streets, where you kind of have players that can group up together and B. Could you imagine just hitting a perfect arc shot onto a player and B, having it bounce off, making the other player one shot, getting the BR out and for
so
the headshot,
cool.
man.
Hey.
Ooh. Yeah, I love it.
You mentioned sounds with the repulsor. You know, it'd be a cool sound. I want a duck quack. Every time I repulsor somebody. Yeah, quack.
Hey, you know what? Active. I think 343. If you guys are out there, we gave you a shout out earlier. We know that you guys appreciate that. Really coming a lot from us. But hey, if you're looking for some ideas, guys, just hit us up. We're over on Twitter. You guys can find us on Twitter. I'm ToolsCast. That's Active TV. You guys can go check us out. We're a lot of fun. But you know what else you guys can go check out? Go have a lot of fun on. It's called r/competitive Halo, guys. If you have Reddit, go check it out, because really it is going to be the spot for players to really get that feel of the old Halo 3 days, where you're going on the forums and you're trying to figure out who's the best, who am I teaming with, what's going on in these tournaments. Our competitive Halo is the spot for that. Make sure you get yourself subscribed and be able to check out the action. You don't want to miss anything that happens. You guys go take a look out there. I'm seeing clip after clip of players in this tournament absolutely destroying and having incredible moments. And the way that I keep up with everything is on our competitive Halo.
All right, Garrett, here we go. Live Fire Slayer. This map has the potential when it's, I think when it's like two top tier teams, this map has the potential to play kind of slow towards the end. We saw a little bit earlier, but I just love the angles on this map. I love the middle section, that tower being so strong, and of course Betty, the sniper in the middle of the map. You know, that weapon has a skill gap that I don't think everyone's really learned yet. You can YY, for those of you guys that don't know, you can YY and cancel the bloom. So if you shoot someone once, you YY, or change weapon if you're on mouse and keyboard, which you should be, you can shoot again instantly with no bloom effect. So there's some little like nuances there that a lot of people don't know about that I think, you know, will make that weapon more fun to use. I think Frosty said it's a terrible weapon, but I like it personally.
Hey man, you know, I'm glad that you like it. I'll listen to Frosty's perspective because Frosty be Frosty. But what isn't a bad gun is right here, man. This little this thing. Ooh, man, Bomax is gonna be the first one to pick it up. Let's see if he's able to put it to work. Sab was able to get away with the sniper rifle as Ardic's able to find a kill with him. And guess who's on the flank? It is Art. Oh, actually, no, I don't know who's on the flank. I'm losing my mind. I think it was Gilkey that was on the flank. He was able to find one, and now Gilkey gets away with the sniper rifle for now. 5 shots to work with. Let's see what he's able to do with them.
Oh man, this guy is insane with the sniper in Halo 3. Let's see if he has the same skill set in Halo Infinite. And of course, I want to talk a little bit about that camo that is in the hands of G2 right now. HCS decided to delay it off of the beginning of the match. That's not something I've ever seen. I don't know if I believe it wasn't in Halo 5, but they delay it in the match. It doesn't come up for, I believe, a minute. So that's just kind of cool because, you know, you get the first wipe for the first run of power weapons, and then you got to fight again for the power up. And that's just, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, again, the power. Yeah, it's definitely a unique change. It's again a little tough to get used to, right? Because it's almost like, why send anyone open off the start, especially on this map when you have a sniper rifle top mid and you have to be weary of the B flank into sandbags. So it makes to me, it's like, well, why go see off the start? But I am liking the change, especially with the camo and being able to hold it. And that's one thing I don't think teams have tried, is get a little greedy with the power weapons and the power ups. Right. Really holding on to the camo until the last possible moment, and then being, you know, a minute after respawn and being camouflaged and being able to make some plays with it. But we did see the sniper and Heatwave go down that top tower. We'll have to see who gets their hands back on it. But right now, Brainstorm and crew trying to get themselves back into this game, and they're only 1 kill away, and they could be finding a sniper rifle to get them that bit closer.
Yeah, and I got the camo as well. I know it's early in the game, but this is good off the start here. I mean, SEAL Team 6 put in some work. We've always talked about this. Tony says it, I say it, everyone says it. Slayers are the opportunity to kind of, you know, bring yourself back there. A little bit of a toss-up match. And we're seeing that right now. It's only a 1, make that a 2-kill game. Eli Elite gets the 2, gets the double. Looks like the beam. Oh, goodness me. That heat wave is so good, but unfortunately, they're going to trade there. It's a 3v3 situation now.
Straight gonna try to get this top control. There's gonna be 3 players over at that tower that he's got to worry about, and the question is how quick can he take care of it? And look at that, he goes back, he gets the mangler. Now the question is, can he get in the position in which the mangler will be effective? He's gonna have one that pushes up towards him. You can see him, they're both using those pings, and that's something that I've noticed specifically from this G2 roster, is they really like to use the pings. Why be verbal? Why try to explain exactly where the player is at when you can ping their exact point? You know what I've been saying? I've been telling the players I've been playing with active, map the ping to your gun. That way, every time you shoot your bullets, I want to see where you're shooting. Ping every single time you shoot. Now you can't do it. I wish you could, but man, I would be trolling the ever-living crap out of matchmaking if I could make that a reality. But Sap, he has a sniper rifle. He's able to find 2, and Stray 6 going to be able to get the trade. They have all the control, all the goodies at the moment. G2 look to be in prime position to take this game 2-0.
Here comes the spawns on Garage. Sab holding that top position with the sniper rifle there. You're going to see the rotation go on outside of the B, but Camo does come up in 15 seconds. Shots come through. Great teamwork. That's going to take out Sab. That's opening up a lane for them to push through. They get a kill onto Arctic as well. That's going to be 2 dead. Make that 1 dead as well for SEAL Team 6. Unfortunately, a little overextended there, but 21-22. We've got a very close game on our hands right now.
Heatwave back into the hands of Brainstorm. The sniper rifle was not taken off the map, so that means that could be in a position for SEAL Team 6 to take advantage of as well. Unfortunately for them, I don't think they've gotten the sniper rifle into their hands. And what's so interesting, right? Tower is really just a strong spot for your power weapons, but you have to be aware that that's the most predictable spot. And if you're able to pre-fire, pre-nade into that tower, you can absolutely find some players off their back foot and take some kills. And what it's really going to come down to is you need to have enough faith in your sniper that they are not going to miss shots, that they can no scope from a great distance away and be able to hold down tower by themselves. And so far, what we've seen from G2, yeah, we see some great sniper shots when you originally get it, you catch players unsuspecting, but what we haven't seen is them really lock down the map with the sniper rifle thus far.
I do love the pings here. I agree that they're such a vital point of information. There's a guy at Nest stuck up there. Potentially a very easy nade spot. Here comes Gilkey. The bang shot comes through. He's going to try and stay alive. Great positioning there to try and play his life, but unfortunately the teamwork is too strong. He goes down. It's a 3v3 situation as Eli Elite goes down as well. And Sab trying to get that power position on the Nest, but he's got a player in front of him, not going to get the kill. He goes down too. 30-27 right now. G2 only holding on by 3 kills.
Oh, Arctic trying his best to get away. He's trying to survive. Players get ahead of him, and he's gonna be taken out. And Brainstorm's having just an incredible game this far. We see him 12-5 after he gets that double kill, really keeping his team in this fight. On the other end, it's Sap, who's really being the main slayer for his team. And with this next sniper rifle coming up in about 5 seconds, whoever can get control of this sniper rifle and the next camo, to me, is going to dictate the ending pace of this game and figure out who wins. Actually, it might only be overshield. That might have been too early on the sniper times. No, I don't have the notebook out. So I think we just have the overshield to worry with right now.
Here comes some shots from Brainstorm. Again, like you said, 12-5. Great performance out of him. Staying alive as well, almost playing his life. He's going to end up going down there. Eli Elite does have this camo in hand. Let's see if he can make a play with it here. This could potentially turn the game. It's a tie game right now, but this Mangler / camo combo could really throw this game up if he plays it correctly.
Drops down and immediately feels some pain. But like you said, the Mangler and camo combination is going to be such a vital one. You're able to get these one-hit kills. Gilkey thinks he has an easy trade out. Unfortunately, he did not come into the count of the Mangler, but that's the biggest thing. When you take those Mangler fights, you're always going to get hit most of the time, and you're going to be weak. And all it takes is one shot, one opportunity for these guys to make something happen. I don't know where I'm going with that. I was going to spit some bars, and then I was like, I don't know where I am. Hey, a sniper in the hands of Arctic. Let's see if he can find some opportunity.
Arctic spotting some players here. Some great shots. Going to take out that player and support Straight Sick, who's actually stuck on the bottom of the Nest box. 4 shots remaining to work with here. There's a player on top Nest still. Arctic playing a little bit less confident than I want him to play here. I'm not asking him to push up, but his angles are really short. Looks like he's going to go to top center. This is a better position in my opinion. Gilkey's going to pass him and support him on the Nest side, and he's just going to stay alive, but he's getting pushed from top center. They've got to get this kill. They do. It's going to be 39-38 right now. G2 lead by 1.
Having the sniper rifle where you're most comfortable is what's so important. And what's that top sandbags, although you don't have great line of sights, what it does is it makes the error, the fraction, the ability to create errors much smaller, right? You have one hallway that you really need to be focused on. You have a great you know where to expect them, and that's exactly what he's able to do with that sniper rifle. Although camo did go into the hands of Suppress, he has a heat wave to work with. Unfortunately, he's not able to survive, and that was probably their biggest opportunity to get back into this game and potentially make something happen. Brainstorm trying to do his best. He uses that repulse to get up top. Man, the repulse and the ability to move across the map with it can make such a big difference. But now we're seeing this game really slow down, as we know the next pick could be absolutely fatal to their team's chances to win this second game.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate by Suppressed. I want to kind of harp on that a little bit. He had literally the heat wave in hand, the camo as well. He could have at least gotten 1 or 2, 3 kills from that, but unfortunately not going to happen. And now it looks like G2 does have a 2-kill lead here. Great job by Bohm staying alive on this ledge. He's going to get his shields back. Sees a player down bottom, maybe. Not sure if he spotted that player down bottom center. But they're taking control of the power positions here. And it looks like G2 playing a little bit back. They're playing smart. But, oh, wait a minute. There's a player caught on bottom middle. If they get this kill, this could be huge. The heat wave. There's the kill finally. But wait, Bohm's got to stay alive here. He's going to get pushed. And the trade comes through from Gilkey, who also gets a double kill. Only 2 more needed for G2 to win.
Gilkey trying to do his best. They cannot afford any mistakes, right? You don't want to give up any picks. If you're going to go in for a fight, you best be trading. So don't take any fights that you aren't confident that you can win. The sniper rifle is in top tower. That's some vital information for them to work around. With overshield, with camouflage coming up soon, what they can do is they can play straight for this for that camouflage, as long as they're aware of where the sniper player. Ooh, did he stick him? No, okay. I was about to. As long as you're aware of where the sniper player is, you can get the pre-fires in and try to back him down. They go top mid. There. Oh no, the sniper! It's coming in clutch. It's finding kills. Oh, Suppress able to get this game tied up. G2 was able to get away with the camouflage though. And the question is what wins, camo or sniper? The time to tell is now.
Suppress literally has the game in his hands once again. He had it in his hands with the heat wave, and now he's got it with the sniper. He gets one, and he wins the game. Wait a minute. Yes, they did. Suppressed, they got the game win. The series is now tied, and we are going to a game number 3. Suppressed, that's what I'm talking about, baby. He came up clutch when he needed to. That's what I like to see.
Oh my, it was 48-45. And they choked the game away. And honestly, all you had to do was keep the sniper rifle position handled. They tried to push up close. They had the mangler. They tried to do what they could. But they just could not get themselves a kill. And it ends up costing them the game. Oh my. We go on.
Wow.
We shout out to Martin in the chat. Game 3, here we come. We love to see them. And the question is, can G2 clutch up? It's a very similar situation to what just happened to Sentinels. But look at this no scope. What a beautiful one.
Oh my
Comes
gosh,
down
dude.
and just absolutely blames him in the face.
It's absolutely crazy. Like, the heat wave didn't do anything good with that. Comes in with the sniper. 180. Boom. Right in the head of Sab. Takes him out for the win. Great job by Suppress there. Way to come up clutch. But again, Garrett, we have to talk about this, okay? That was a Slayer. We all know what Slayers are in a series. We all know. Are they going to be able to come out on top for this next game type, though? That's the question, right? Streets Stronghold is the next game type. Like, G2's got to be wicked strong on this map in this game type. I don't know if it's possible, but maybe the momentum is strong enough.
I think as long as G2 plays discipline, they'll be fine, right? The question is when do they get rogue? When do they start making some small mistakes and let players like Suppress and Brainstorm find opportunities? And that's just what happened. That's what happened at the end of this Slayer, right? Right here. If we take a freeze frame and we try to figure out like where everyone is real fast and where they take this fight, Louis, just back it up like 3 seconds for me, and let's take a look right before he gets in the scope. Like we have it right here. Okay, so go forward just a bit where he turns to the left, and we'll be able to take a look where all these players were, right? So we have one player at Nest, one player at bottom tower, snipers in top tower, and you have one that's hanging down over at dummies. The question is, how do you break into this setup, right? Because they have sniper rifle, and it's going to be so critical for you to find the correct angle. And with overshield coming up, what they opted for was an open side push and a player down through the flank. Now, if we keep going on, I want to see how this push materialized from G2 and where the mistakes were made. So let's just go fast forward for a bit and see what happened towards the end of this game and how this push really did materialize, because most of this action happened over at the back tower. So let's go take it. Let's try to get forward, and right here we're getting towards the end of the game. We see 2, let's make it 1. So we pause right there. And we see 2 go for that active camo. They try to get away with it, and they're able to get around the corner. But what's happened is they gave up 2 kills in order to do so. And what happened was there was one player that pushed out through dummies and one player that went back tower, and they had confidence that those 2 players were going to handle the sniper rifle responsibilities. Instead, that's exactly what didn't happen. And we see this milk right here that was so vital to their success. Suppress goes under, he's able to listen, and he's able to find the last kill. But man, it's G2 really did rely on those 2 players that pushed the tower to make the play. And that's just not what happened. Unfortunately, they lost the individual gunfights. The sniper was too strong, and we did see on that original push there was a mangler in play. They had the opportunities, they just weren't able to execute, and that's what we're going to see in Street Strongholds. I believe will be different. G2 will execute on this map and win, I believe, like 250 to 117.
Okay, you gave him 117. All right. I mean, the play at the end there, I got to highlight it again. The ability to listen to calls. I'm sure calls were rampant at the end there, right? Unless you're like, I don't know. I mean, I would imagine they're rampant at the end there on SEAL Team 6. And he was able to listen to that call out of the drop down and just turn around and 180 that guy. Just such a clutch play by Suppress. But we're hopping on board to the next game, guys. Strongholds on the streets. This is definitely one of my favorite maps. Did not like it when I watched it on IGN, but I love it now. Being able to play it as much as I have. That Stalker rifle on mouse and keyboard is so good. I'm hoping that these teams can, hope we can have an even match here as a game 3. You know, we got a false start real quick. We'll have to come back to that, but I'm hoping we can have an even match here on game number 3. Although, like I said, 50-49 on a Slayer. Slayer is a toss-up always, so hopefully these teams can kind of come through. And again, the play that won them the game here, listening to the call-out, turning around, and 180ing. Oh my word, that was such a great ending to that game. They've got to take that momentum here. That this is the big thing, right? You know, you've got skill sets, you've got people, you know, teams that are really good, you know, teams that are not so good, but then you've got momentum and that positivity in your brain. You just won a game against G2. Like, I don't know. For me, I think that'll carry them forward a little bit, but will it be enough? I don't know.
We're talking about day 2, right? If you win this game, you're into day 2. You don't have to worry about the losers bracket. In reality, you're saving yourself, what, like 3 hours of playing time? Because we got about 3 more hours of this tournament left. I don't know what's more important. You know, like, we love to win, but these players are like, okay, like, guys, this is probably more important than more of our day 2 games, because if we win this game, then we can go get dinner, we can go sleep in, like, we can do so much more. If we have to play for another 3 hours against loser bracket, you know, bad teams, we need to win right here. And obviously, I think the only team that's really in the top 8, like of those HCS teams, is E United, and now they're gonna have a harder road down the bracket because they dropped, because they lost to Space Station Gaming. We're gonna have to see how they handle the losers bracket, and G2 now facing a similar spot, and they are gonna have to clutch up. And this time they're not going up against the likes of Ace or Deciding or Louis. I almost said Louis Vuitton. Louis in our production or Formal. You know, they're gonna have to get it done against some grinders. But you know, while we wait for this game to start active, I'd love to bring back Tony and hear what his thoughts are on the match.
Let's do it.
I mean, I'm gonna apologize, Eli, leading the boys. That was a big win. That was a big win, and I thought it was gonna be 2-0 handsomely in favor of G2. But I said some really nice things about those guys, and I really did mean that. I really think they're on up and up. They were top amateur players going through all of Halo 5, and I expect them to keep it up here in Halo Infinite. I'm still gonna go G2 winning this series, but man, I think they made some fans with us and also in the chat as well. I know the chat love to see them.
Yeah, I mean, G2 is a top caliber team, and this team coming in taking a game away. You're right. I don't know if it's enough to give them that game 3, but just coming in and winning that right there is good on its own. And of course, they still have the losers bracket, like Garrett had mentioned. They can still go through that and fight their way and try to get through E United as well. We've had a lot of great series today. It's been a pleasure casting with you guys, of course, but just such great games in the past. The past 2 series have been awesome. We had a game 3 last series. Now we have another game 3 this series. I'm hoping this one's a little closer. Streets is one of those maps that I think you're right. I think as a good team, you're going to have a full lock on that map. It's going to be hard for the SEAL Team 6 to come through and win this game.
Guys,
so, we're waiting. We're waiting for the next match. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. Garrett, you said 100. You said 250 to 117. You gave him 117 points. That's a lot of points, man. Tony, do you think they're going to get 117 points?
Yeah, I would say I'll go a little bit higher. I'll say 250 to I'll give them 150. I'll give 250 to 150. Okay. They showed me something that Slayer.
Right. Right, it was clutch. I mean, like I said, dude, I've been in those situations, you know, in just games online, and having the comms, like having your entire team, hey, or I don't know how the comms sounded. We didn't get to hear them, unfortunately, but just having the comms be that tense when it's like such a close game like that, 49-49, just being able to turn around and clutch up like that. That guy has ice in his veins, dude. Suppressed, man. I'm a new fan of yours, brother. I hope to see you do big things. Honestly, I'm excited to see what you do. So, game 3 is going to be Streets on Stronghold. We did have a false restart, guys. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for watching the stream. If you have not followed, Louis V Titan is going to be doing watch parties here in the future, so make sure that you hit the follow button on the stream. If you have a Twitch Prime, you could use that too, if you want to. And of course, don't forget the Halo competitive Reddit as well. And, you know, get in there and subscribe, because that's where all the competitive talks are happening, okay? If you want to get in on the news and on the drama, of course, we've got to have drama in these storylines. You know, make sure you sub to that Reddit, get involved with that. But here we go. We're hopping in to game number 3, and of course, it's going to be Strongholds on the Streets. That rocket, those rockets in the middle there. I think if you spawn on, I don't know, if you spawn on Tram side and you're able to get up that Stalker, you can literally hold anyone from getting to those rockets like so well.
Whew. Hey, you know, one thing that you brought up that I really am a fan of is that Stalker rifle right there. And I was watching your gameplay in particular, Active, and man, I'm just gonna say it, man, I wish we could have keyboard and mouse that could like alternate between controller and keyboard and mouse depending on the weapon that they add, because that Stalker rifle on keyboard and mouse is something scary to look at, and we know that the aiming abilities of these players in this lobby are very good. I'm really interested to see who picks up that Stalker rifle and who can put it to work, right? Use the sandbox, exploit it, give yourself as much advantage as possible.
Let's see how that pans out here. Hopping into the game right now. Of course, G2 versus Suppressed, tied 1-1 if you're just joining us. SEAL Team 6 won by 1 kill on the previous Slayer, and they're trying to close out this game, but G2 starting off very, very strong just now. They're going to get 2 dead, make that 4 dead, and they're getting this B plot as well. So they're going to start to get some time.
Early on, this is what you want to see, the B control. The entire map really runs through B. You can hold BC, BA. I prefer BA, and then potentially pushing for trip caps at BC to force out a back purple spawn and then try to make something happen. But really what you need to do is hold down B, and that's exactly what Gilk is doing right here. He's landing out great shots and he's making opportunities happen. This player trying to get away. He's able to do so, but Straight Sick is able to get the trade out, and we see him. He's going back to C. He knows the rotation's coming. He's getting the early shots in, and this is where you can really put down the hurt, put down the damage. If you can get him out of C or push straight and keep the trip cap, you can absolutely do it to devastating effect. And we see the player in C had to rotate out, and this is just more trip cap time, more gravy on the board. And Gilkey comes in, he wins the fight. And what's the other most important thing about spawning at B is that you get to get the thrust. It's absolutely incredible. That thrust can win you gunfight after gunfight.
Yeah, and on that thrust, there's some cool jump ups you can do as well without thrusts on that little ledge on the left side of C. You can jump up on that ledge and then jump up to attic as well. So there's so many cool things in this map. This is probably one of the most, I would say one of the more individually like mechanical maps in the game. I would say there's just so many little things you can do. And of course, this Sentinel Beam, I mean, on mouse and keyboard, that thing is insane, but I'd love to see more controller players kind of utilize it. That thing shreds shields.
Oh man, the Sentinel Beam is absolutely incredible. The only problem with it is it has a huge recoil that you have to deal with, and it's a bit tougher to do so on the controller, right? It's just having to really hold down on your stick. I think it goes up and to the left, so you have to hold down and to the right to keep that thing on target, and it's definitely can be very hard to get used to. But if you're able to land some continuous blows with it, it can absolutely shred shields. And it's not even just a shield shredder that we saw in Halo 5. It can absolutely devastate your health bar as well. That thing, I believe, has the fastest TTK, and I'm just saying that off like, you know, what I think. I'm not exactly sure if that's the truth, but that thing is an absolute monster in the right hands. I'm interested if any of these teams are going to exploit it.
Speaking of teams exploiting, SEAL Team 6 is approaching G2 right now with their time. They've had a 2-cap for like 25 seconds now. Finally, G2 is going to answer back onto B, and you're on board with Brainstorm. My gosh, the shots on the Gilkey takes him out. and he's going to play his life as well. He could potentially push the stairs after this, but the nade comes through. He's going to get taken down and no shields, picks up that sentinel beam, and now trying to get a reset maybe on that B, gets the call out, straight stick goes down. Great plays by Brainstorm.
And Brainstorm's going to be able to secure B for his team by getting that kill. And now the C spawns are coming in. Actually, they have to be weary of the splits. We could be seeing split spawns towards A, and I think that's what happened. So they have B. They have the control that they want, but they're going to have to choose a base, and they're going to have to slay and get in order to find the damage necessary. It looks like they have chosen A, and they need to find these kills. Looks like one comes in from the B stairs. They're going to find that kill. Sab eventually does go down, and that's going to be Arctic that falls as well. So A is going to start to transfer, but they moved everyone towards A, and G2, they know better. They're like, okay, we split A and C. We keep a couple people back at C. If we lose the fights at A, we just move our players from C into B, and look at that easy rotation. So this is where pro teams are gonna win every time, is they're always on top of the rotations, and they're always on top and making sure they hit every goddamn headshot. My God, that Stalker rifle. Gilkey looks absolutely nasty with it. He's one of the best snipers in Halo 3, and this Stalker really, it has the same sort of feeling as a Halo 3 sniper rifle.
G2 starting to pull away here, 144 seconds to 64. SEAL Team 6 has to kind of pull it together here, try and pinch, try and get different angles on these players at B. They're holding B very strongly. Here comes the pinch I was talking about. That player goes down instantly. I think more players onto A, so that spawn's going to be anchored. They're going to continue to spawn A here. This BC hold is not something I normally see. Normally, you see, B and A, but we're seeing B and C, and it's working out well for them. The C is getting captured right now, but they're going to try and stop it with some shots.
Gilkey doing his best, gonna try to get to these stairs and get the cross towards that back lane. And we see Sab's the one that's holding it down. You don't want to push into that purple, but you have to keep Cafe control. And what's more important is you have to get this shotgun, right? The shotgun's so important. Getting that bulldog, making sure no one comes down that lane. Really, that lane between A and C through purple is kind of useless if there is no bulldog to pick up. So if you can keep that thing in your rotation and make sure, hey, if you're going to push, you're going to have to do it away from all the action. You're going to have to try to meet our player that's at Cafe, which is Arctic right now. I'm going to sit with this bulldog and B. You can try your best, but you're going to get absolutely devastated. That's exactly what happens. Is he's able to find two, and if that first smack would have went down, he'd still be alive right now. Looks like they're going to try to rotate to the B stairs, but G2 putting on a clinic on how to play strongholds in this game.
They have literally punched their time clocks. They're completely locked into this game. Arctic is 12-7. The young gun coming through, doing work. Straight sick with a 9-4. But just a great job overall by G2 to secure this. It looks like this is going to go in their favor with 12, maybe make that 10 more seconds for this A and B hold. And oh my gosh, we had called it. You guys gave them too many points. They've only got 64. The triple caps coming through as well. That's going to be it. G2's moving on to play Optic.
Oh man, what a great match. We'll have to, hopefully we're able to watch that tomorrow morning or something. You know, if HCS doesn't kind of cover it, we'll cover it here at the watch party, because that's going to be an insane game to watch. I love the way that G2 plays objective. They get punched a little bit in the mouth at the end of that Slayer. They come back and they answer spectacularly in the strongholds. They played it just about as perfect as you could. Really loved what I saw from Arctic in particular. That man was everywhere on the map. He used all the elements. And the other person I saw that I want to give a shout out to, even though he only went 8 and 6, what I saw from Gilkey is he made it an effort to consistently grab the thrust, and just about every gunfight he was in, he had the thrust advantage. He was making players miss, and that's what the power of the B stronghold is. They are spawning B most of the game. They are able to control the thrust on the map. It spawns in that bottom driveway underneath the pizza sign. They had control of it, and it really shows in that game, as they were able to dictate the pacing, the damage, the shots, whatever was necessary. They controlled it, and they won the game.
Oh, just a great job overall. And we had feeling that was going to happen. These top teams do such a good job of like controlling these objectives, knowing when to push, when not to push, you know, how to rotate around these strongholds. This is where they kind of, you know, this is where they're strong. You know, in a Slayer, it's just about kills. It's just about bait and switching, a very simple version of Halo. But in these games, it takes a lot more than that. It takes that plus more. And these guys have shown that they know what they're doing. Now, nothing against Teal Team 6. You guys did phenomenal. I really hope to see you kind of move towards through the lower bracket here. And of course, I believe, just to let you guys know, our next match is going to be Antimatter versus Gutter Gang and losers round 7.